Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about the topic of grooming, not the sexual way. I know many of you guys are thinking that, little sick fucks out there. But
I know.
grooming, like how to dress better, like how to look presentable, showering, doing normal people things. With that, I think the best person to really go into detail with this would be a Moog. So I'll let you take it from there.
All right. First, let's start with a couple of things. You know, you need, guys. I think, I don't think I stress this enough. A lot of guys don't use deodorants and underarm deodorants. Please do. You all need to start
Typically
doing
of
it
the Indian descent
because
themselves.
yeah, unfortunately, I didn't
Smash
want to put
Brothers
an
players.
I didn't want to I did not want to put an ethnicity to it, but unfortunately, my people seem to forget that personal hygiene is a fucking thing. It's a real fucking thing.
Yeah,
So
when you get on
please,
the bus and you hear that
yeah,
whiff, look around for the Indian person first. Like, I'm sorry. That's just what you
Now,
do.
now, Benny, you look what's not playing Smash Brothers, all right? That's the thing you need to look for.
Oh, that's true. That too. Yeah.
so yeah,
Really,
so
though. You can buy
yeah, so
$10 Amiibos, but you can't buy deodorant. Just saying.
Hey, man,
yes, literally, it's
you can't game with deodorant, Benny.
Yeah, that's true. And then it would require you taking a break and, from the game, though. That's the hardest part.
Honestly. But
Honestly,
go
I
on,
gotta
Mo.
say it. I gotta
Oh,
say
sorry.
it.
so.
You can pay for OnlyFans, but you can't get a pack of deodorant. I,
Guys, what are you talking about, man? It's my
I mean,
OnlyFans, food,
Yeah.
and deodorant's last on the list.
Yeah, you can sub for $30 a month, but you won't buy a pack of deodorant, Just gonna go there.
just we're just going to go there, yes. So anyway, so what my point is that all natural, that musky or all natural smell is it's not doing it for anybody, and it's definitely not doing anything for you. So
There's any
guys,
natural substance.
first things first, guys, first things first, please start using deodorant. It can be a simple roll-on pack, like you know this bad boy over here, or if you prefer something stronger, this. Please start fucking using it. Please fucking
Uh,
start using it.
What does
don't,
it
don't show
say?
name.
Yes, it's called Old Spice's Stronger Swagger. It really smells great. Like
Hashtag not
it
sponsored.
we're not,
Hashtag
yeah,
not
yes,
sponsored.
again,
Yeah.
it's not sponsored. And Gillette Endurance, this is a really nice deal. Like I like
Not
it.
sponsored
Mo came
again.
pretty prepared for this talk, as you can see.
Yeah,
But
He's like, let me
because
just grab all the deodorant in my apartment.
hey
yeah,
Mo,
so I mean,
show that deodorant again. Show that deodorant again.
please don't.
it's called
We're not
it's
No,
sponsored.
he
called
wants
We're
he
not.
wants the Old Spice one, right?
Yeah, the
Oh,
old.
you want the Old
Even though
Spice
I'm
one?
I'm actually allergic to Old Spice, which is kind of funny.
Oh, you are?
I'm allergic to
But yeah,
all Old
yes.
Spice. Yeah, my skin breaks out. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
You know
Yeah.
that?
for
Okay. No.
for
So then,
me the
Gillette. This is really good, Arctic Eyes. Really good. It's really cool. It smells good, and it lasts like a good 12 hours. So you're like you even if you sweat profusely, like you sweat like a fucking
That's
pig.
me.
It
That's me.
Yeah, Brad. I don't want to say any. I don't want to say anything, but yeah, I know. So
yeah,
if you
I
sweat
mean
a lot,
for me the ones that like fuck me up though are like the powdered ones are great, but the non-powdered ones, the ones that are like gel type, like they're just garbage. Like I get like arm burning, and then I just too
mm,
much with it.
See,
these
Ben, the arm
these
burn is how I know it's working.
yeah, no, guys,
Is
if
that a
if it's
thing?
burning your arm, and if it's gonna burn, number one, burning your arm, and if it's breaking up your skin, I would suggest you speak to a dermatologist, because that's not technically how it's supposed to go.
Oh yeah,
It's not
I
supposed
just
to burn your
switched the
arms.
powdered ones.
So you're
Like without
saying
Yeah.
that deodorant should burn my arm. Now you're gonna say I'm pee shouldn't burn either, Mo. What's next?
Yeah, exactly, These
Anyways,
thoughts
so
give us those UTIs, you know what I mean? But
bro, bro.
But no,
Anyways, so that's one thing which I really think we should address first. Second thing is, guys, I would suggest that okay, so this is a personal preference. A lot of people, like, if you're gonna shave, I would start suggesting that you start using, if you shave and you're gonna end up getting cuts and stuff. So to counter all the septic and like the bacteria and like pimples and acne and all that stuff which follows through after you shave, I would suggest start using something known as aftershave. Um, I use this aftershave. It's Wood Spice Gentleman by Marks and Spencer. It's a
Again, we're not
moisturizing
sponsored.
aftershave.
Once again, Old
Again,
Spice
yeah.
sponsor us.
No,
This is a
it's
huge
actually by
disclaimer. This whole entire episode not sponsored.
this is actually by
We
Marks
should
and
put up
Spencer.
Brad's Terry Crews picture just to set things straight.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was good.
So
That was
it's
good.
by Marks and Spencer. Great brand, by the way. If you're into if you want to moisturize your face after after you've shaved. Okay, so here's the thing. I have a lot of dry skin, so I tend to get like really flaky skin after I shave. So what I do is I end up using this aftershave. The great aftershave again lasts for a really long time if you're not going to do anything sweaty, which is kind of impossible if you're if you're like in like active if you're going to end up doing activities where you pretty much in the open, but still it lasts for a while. And
Here's the
if
thing.
you
How are we
Yeah.
gonna get the Smash Bros gamers to shower? Okay, like we got to give them step by step. We got to establish the importance of the fact that number one, just Smash isn't all about life. Number one. Number two, I've went to those UF tournaments before, and I was wearing a mask before they were popular. That's all I gotta say. So there's an issue here.
Yeah,
One
that
time
hazmat
I was,
suit.
one time I was there, and me and my friends were waiting on our set, and I heard this kid talking like, "Hey, not to flex or anything, but I'm probably like the cleanest person here," and he's like, "I took 3 showers today," and
Yeah, that
I was like, if you have to flex that you took 3 showers today, like, are you really that clean? But
Yeah,
yeah.
no. Listen, like people who flex about how many times they bathe, they probably bathe that so many on that one day, and not gonna bathe the next 2 days, so they feel like they did enough that one day. Honestly,
yeah. And the best part is that he was like arguing with a guy who was wearing a suit. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's this one guy who's like really dressed up, and he's like, not to flex, but like, I showered 3 times a day.
not to flex, but I floss my teeth once a day and brush twice a day. Like you're supposed to do that, man. Shit.
You're supposed to
exactly.
fucking do that. Like
Yeah.
that's yeah. Like okay. Also another thing. Like after you've brushed, there is a possibility that there's still bacteria in your mouth, which does cause like breath odor and
Bad
like
breath.
mouth odor, bad breath. Yes. So and no amount of flossing, no amount of tongue cleaning, no amount of brushing your teeth is going to go take that away. And no amount of consuming and like just washing your mouth with Listerine is not going to solve that. So just buy a pack of gums or mint and chew on that shit. It's just that simple. Unfortunately.
I do know you can go see a doctor about that. That is a
Also,
form of halitosis.
yeah, like you can
Yeah,
see
so
a
like
doctor regarding that.
yeah. So if that is a problem that you are experiencing, please again go seek professional medical help. No, like this is just a general guide on how to better improve your grooming habits. And again, this is good for interviews because what's really or dates or just meeting new people because what's really important is your first impression. And for most people, your first impression is everything. When
Yeah.
somebody looks back at you,
don't
are they
shower
going to remember that
in
person?
interview, I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah, yeah, because
Yeah, like
because that screams hire me, right?
yeah,
yeah, like
exactly.
nobody's gonna hire you if you look like a fucking tramp. Excuse my
Slob.
appearance. I haven't or a slob. Excuse my appearance because well, I'm not going anywhere. But
Anytime
especially when
soon.
anytime soon, and I don't think any of us are. So my point is that it's best to groom yourself. If you're going for an interview, I would personally prefer to go clean shaven because well, I look good clean shaven and cut my hair and not look like a fucking caveman. So,
The only
another
time I
thing
cut my hair
is
is when I have something important going on.
yeah. So another thing is this is something which I don't stress enough, and this is pretty much for dates. Guys, first things first, dress up to your best because 100%, I'm 100% sure your date is also going to dress up. And it's a given. I'm not saying that you could show up in a three-piece jacket and like, full body armor. If you want, you can. It's,
Hey,
suit
that's your
is a
thing. That's
modern.
your thing.
Yeah, don't
I mean,
wear your typical Nike shorts and your
yeah,
shirt,
please.
your Nike shirt. Like if you do that, like that just means like the date is like any other day to you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
especially if you're going somewhere nice. Like I don't know. Like if I'm going somewhere nice, like like I'm embarrassed to put on those things because I'm like like you just feel so out of place. Like like
Yeah.
we're not telling you to wear a suit, but you got
But
to step it up
yeah,
from the Nike shorts.
Well,
yeah.
I would advocate for a suit. I would advocate for a suit, or if not a suit, at least a blazer.
Well, nobody's
Having a great
arguing
blazer in your
against.
collection.
I'm just saying you don't have to do it.
My whole thing, man, is
Mhm.
just this is a good idea. Wear a button-up, collared shirt. Doesn't have to be long sleeve, short sleeve. Some nice clean slacks, some nice clean shoes. Business. You can do a business casual, man. Don't wear a polo. I think that's too. That's too. That's not date formal really. About I was going on a date with somebody
Mm,
special.
I mean,
I would wear.
Debatable.
yeah.
Debatable.
I wear.
Depends
I mean,
upon
not.
depends upon the color of the shirt. Yeah.
It
Go on.
depends.
Go on,
Yeah.
Ivy. Go on. Yeah.
Go on,
Go
Ivy.
on, Ivy.
Oh no, no, oh no, yeah. So I was just gonna say, personally, I mean, kind of like what Amog was saying, it really depends on where you're going. Like, I mean, usually first dates, and we had a previous episode about it, like what you should do for a first date. But usually first dates are pretty casual. Like usually it's like, hey, we're gonna go to a restaurant, like get a bite to eat, maybe like Chipotle or something. And honestly, for that, like take into account everything Mo said. Like make sure you're clean, take a shower, put on some deodorant, some cologne if you have any. But honestly, you don't have to like go too crazy. Like if you're going to Chipotle, like don't show up in a suit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you have to know the situation. Like if you're wearing like like even if it's like a t-shirt or something, like a nice t-shirt, that's not just like a Nike shirt you'll go to the gym in, and like wearing jeans and
Dry fit. Dry
like
fit. Don't wear fucking dry fits to.
nah,
Don't wear dry fits to a date. Please don't. It's terrible. Please.
yeah.
Please. It's
Mhm.
embarrassing.
Well, I don't know. Usually,
But
like if go ahead.
No, I mean, here's
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you, Ivy, but generally it's like, see, here's the thing, like as you get older, you're not going to take your date to Chipotle, you're going to take them to a nice restaurant. And unfortunately, I fall in that age category where, it's just like I like to do it. Again, I'm old school. I like to do things old school style, so I end up taking them to a nice restaurant, sit down dinner, candlelight, all that stuff. Like take them to a fancy restaurant. So it's, for me, it's always been, I mean, this is how I envision a date, like just sparkling conversation, there's wine, there's, stuff, dessert. So basically, it's just the way I see dinner and the way I see a dinner date is that way. So, and I always make sure that me and my date are on the same page regarding this, where I mention it. I'm like, hey, listen, it's going to be a dinner date and we're going to go to so and so restaurant. So it's like it's kind of a hint to my date that hey, listen, don't fucking dress up in like your PJs and just show up there because I'm not going to be dressing up like a fucking tramp. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
so
I agree with that very honestly. Yeah. I think you should always, dress for the situation you're going to. So if you're going to be having a more active night, maybe not wear a suit that's going to confine you. Like let's say you're going to go, let's say you're taking your date to like Disney World or something like that. You may want to dress for being in the heat, walking around,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
again you take a date to a club. Dress like you're going to the club, or you take again like a Moog saying you're going to take your date onto a night out on the town. You're gonna take her out dinner, dancing. Dress to the situation. Not every situation is going to require you a suit. Not every situation is going to require you to wear shorts and a t-shirt. You're going to be walking outside and hiking all day. So yeah, just be mindful. Always think ahead and say, okay, I asked my date out, and now I'm going to take her to a restaurant. I'm going to a pool hall. All right, well I'm going to wear this. Well, I asked my date out, and we're going to go on a little bike ride. Okay, I mean we can put on my Nike gear to go on a bike ride, or whatever you decide a good
Yeah.
date should be.
but yeah, I think the crux of this entire thing should always boil down to one thing is smelling good because the moment you smell good, trust me, women notice these things. Women notice efforts. Even though you may not be the best looking guy, number one, you may not be, the fittest guy with six pack abs, you may not be the smartest person in the room, but if you make a personal effort to just look, you know a little better and smell a little better, and like just carry yourself with a little, the way I see it is, it boosts your confidence if you manage to look a little better than, what you were looking a couple of hours back. If you were a couple of hours back looking really rough, and then you just managed to shave and just like put on your best Sunday clothes, and you put on some aftershave, and you just freshened up a bit. Trust me, it does wonders for your confidence,
Yeah,
and
you
you won't
look good,
stand
you
out.
feel good.
You look really good, and you feel even better when you look good. So this is what I will
Mhm.
say, that start paying attention to these little things, because your date is definitely, for instance, your date will obviously notice it. Another thing is, if you're going if even if it's a night out with the boys, you don't want to go out, you don't want to be the weakest link in the gang. I'm just saying, like, we've gone out with a couple of our friends, and one of our friends, he who shall not be named, kind of smelled like a dumpster.
Wow, I'm right here, Mo. Goddamn.
So sorry,
I'm
sorry,
right
I
here,
I
man.
I, didn't-
Goddamn.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about our
Yes,
other
you will.
friend,
Shut up.
who I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about our friend who likes to wear glasses and appear non-threatening.
I forgot. That man, he had a stench. Honestly,
Yeah,
look, so that's another thing too.
he smelled, the moment he walked into my
Guys, I
apartment, I
think
was
we're going
like,
a little
yo,
off topic here. We're going a little bit off
mm, mm,
topic
mm,
here.
mm, mm. We're not going off topic. What my agenda is, that when somebody walks into you, the when I Brad, let me just give you a side by side comparison of when I walked into your house the first time with my friends. I smelled like a tropical breeze. Homeboy smelled like he fucking when homeboy walked into my room, into my apartment, he smelled like he crawled out of a fucking sewer. Now my point is, and here's the thing, all of us were dressed up. I had specifically told y'all that, hey, it's boys night, dress up, because we're gonna go out and we're gonna fucking party. And each and every one of y'all made it a fucking point to not show up in fucking Nike shorts. Homeboy unfortunately showed up in a bloody dry fit shirt and Nike shorts, and he just smelled like he had fucking crawled out of a sewer. And I'm not just talking about any sewer, the sewer right next to a fucking landfill. I don't know what the fuck he was on, but he smelled.
But you know what the issue with that is. So I think, like, okay, we all know this person. So we know his roommate, and his roommate told me he hears him take showers. So you know what I think the issue is? You know what I think the issue is?
He doesn't have
He doesn't do
soap.
his laundry.
You
He doesn't do
guys
his
need to do your
laundry.
laundry. Do your
He
laundry.
doesn't
It doesn't have to be every
do
week,
his
but you
laundry.
need to do your laundry. That's all I gotta say.
Yes,
Yeah,
I've gotten compliments. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've gotten compliments from ladies on how clean my clothes smell, and they say,
Mhm.
"Brad, you smell very nice." Every time you walk by, I associate clean laundry with you. So just I know. Hey, linen. Hey, just because you clean your body, your teeth looking white and pearly, your face is looking clean, cleanly shaven, nice haircut, doesn't mean these clothes don't smell bad. So
yeah, yeah.
please,
Yeah.
fellas,
So our top
body
five.
grooming is important, but
Number
also
one,
clean your
take a
room.
fucking shower.
Hmm.
Number
Yep.
two, do your laundry. Number three, wear perfume. But don't, or cologne, you know what I mean? But like there comes a line where it becomes too much. Learn that
Yeah.
line,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh
Just
Number
spray
four.
two sprays. Two sprays. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't go overboard. Don't spray it all over the place and walk through it. That's wasting the fucking perfume. Do not do that.
Yeah.
I do not
Number
Depends how
advocate for
strong it
such
is.
wastage.
I do the typical just press on the wrist to get it
Yeah.
back and then
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
but and then number four would be shave a little bit if you know you think
Mhm.
you're looking like you're homeless.
Mhm.
And a haircut, you know, just 5. You know, just simple, presentable things. Like, if you're gonna go to a family meeting, are you gonna look like you're homeless? That's how you should be everywhere where it matters.
Yeah. Think of it that you're going everywhere. Just if you're gonna go somewhere, you dress to impress. And in conclusion, that's literally what it should be. Literally dress to impress, because you don't know who's over there. You could end up meeting the date of like the woman of your
First,
dreams,
yeah.
and you woman or man of your dreams, and if you're smelling like a fucking tramp, trust me, it's not going to go in your favor.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to
Dress like
say.
you're Albanian. Okay.
Yeah, dress to impress. That's the biggest lesson. Dress to impress. Make sure your clothes are clean, and make sure you're looking clean, and make sure your place is clean. And on
Yeah,
that note,
please.
guys, I think we'll wrap up this episode right here. Again, we left you with tons of messages in this episode. Hope you enjoy. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Again, keep hitting that subscribe button. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button and have a good day, good night, or good morning wherever you are. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
See ya.